This presentation may contain language and scenes which may be objectionable to certain individuals. Viewer discretion is advised.
Underdogs, yours truly, Macho Mike, is back with another edition of Macho Movies and the start of summer. But not just any summer. Nay, nay. This year is a back to the 80s summer. That's right, the 80s, yeah. It was a different time with the music, the fashion, the video games, and of course, the movies. I'll be reviewing 80s movies all summer long here on Macho Movies. And when you're talking about the 80s, you have to mention the professional wrestling boom that gave us rock and wrestling. Captain Lou Albano happened to meet singer Cyndi Lauper on a trip to Puerto Rico in 1983. Cyndi Lauper and her then manager boyfriend David Wolf, who was a big wrestling fan himself, decided to cast Captain Lou in some Cyndi Lauper music videos, which led them to appearing on an episode of Piper's Pit, hosted by fellow pro wrestler and Macho Movie alumni, Rowdy Roddy Piper. Things really started to catch fire with the first live wrestling match on cable TV, as Cyndi Lauper managed Wendy Richter to a victory over women's champ the Fabulous Moolah as part of an MTV special called The Brawl That Ended All. Only it wasn't the end at all. It had just begun. It led to the Super Bowl of professional wrestling, WrestleMania, and more music videos, and Saturday morning cartoons. Rock and wrestling had arrived. So naturally a movie wasn't far behind, featuring both Rowdy Roddy Piper and Captain Lou, and a host of other pro wrestlers mucking about with a rock band. Underdogs, grab a ringside seat for a two-fisted dose of sex, thugs, and rock and roll. Body Slam.
You're a big-time music business personal manager. Maybe a little down on your luck. But you're working on a big deal. Maybe things will change for you.
Hi. What do you want from me?
$67,811.19 to be very specific.
You're making the big moves.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing? No, whatever it is, the answer is absolutely not. I've been thinking about our relationship.
What relationship?
Message for you, Mr. Smilak.
But things could be better. Maybe you ought to branch out a little.
I need someone who takes no crap. Tough.
Maybe you're on your way back to the top.
Smilak, at your service.
We've got something for you.
What's that? Pay.
From the director of Smokey and the Bandit, Body Slam.
Do something!
Stay right there.
It's the outrageous comedy where wrestling meets rock and roll, and a loser becomes a legend.
You don't need music to wrestle. You need big one.
Smilak, what is that, a stomach disorder or a disease?
Wait, no, wait.
How about this, Mr. Smilak?
I should have stayed in the music business.
You're a dead man, Smilak! And you heard it here, folks on Rico! For the greatest president, two top managers! I don't know about you, but I can't.
Body Slam, starring the A-Team's Dirk Benedict, Tanya Roberts, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Tonga Tonga Tom, Captain Lou Albano, and a host of familiar faces, twisted arms, broken legs, stubbed toes, fractured thumbs, aching backs, and lots of laughs. Body Slam.
It's wrestling for whip.
Yeah, the wrestlers are pretty much playing their same in-ring personas here, just with different names. And Body Slam is also chock full of 80s character actors, like Barry Gordon, who lent his voice to a whole lot of 80s cartoon characters, but he's probably best known as the voice of Bebop and Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Billy Barty, who also did his fair share of voice acting, in addition to his appearances in front of the camera in other 80s movies, from Legend to Masters of the Universe to Willow. John Astin, who is the original Gomez Addams in the Addams Family TV series. Yeah, that was from the 60s, but he showed up in episodes of a bunch of 80s TV series too, like Mary and Night Court and The Love Boat, even Webster. But the main star of Body Slam is, of course, Dirk Benedict, who does a great job as conniving manager Harry Smilak, talking his way into and out of trouble throughout the entire movie. He really ends up fitting in well with the pro wrestling environment. Mr. Benedict is best known as Face on the A-Team, and speaking of the A-Team, they also did a pro wrestling themed episode titled Body Slam.
Well, if the shoe fits.
Directed by Hal Needham, who gave us Smokey and the Bandit and Cannonball Run. Body Slam had a lot of behind-the-scenes drama between him and the producers. A big theatrical release for the summer of 1986 ended up falling through, and Body Slam got quietly released on home video at the end of 1987. I didn't know this movie even existed until I caught it on HBO one random afternoon years later. It's too bad. Body Slam deserves more love. Look at all the marks in it on the Macho Meter. First off, the band Kick gets their own mark, and they do contribute to the glam rock soundtrack. There's fancy cars, outlandish outfits, bikini babes, sharp-dressed Samoans, fast food restaurant date, band practice in the garage, a rock and wrestling montage, rock star entrances, making a comeback, Slurpees, running in for the save, cutting a promo, wheeling and dealing, car destroying, body slam, you knew that would be here, an airplane spin, clotheslining, weightlifting, guitar smashing, drum bashing, comic book reading, and chain jutsu. No dead bodies though, in spite of Captain Lou's threats.
Captain Lou, any predictions about tonight's big match?
Smilak's dead!
Another thing I like about pro wrestling is the merchandise. I love those shirts and logos, and if you go to my website, machomike.tv, and check out the macho merchandise that I designed, you'll probably see that pro wrestling influence. And while you're at machomike.tv, you can also watch my entire back catalog of videos and get the links to my social media accounts too, so you can like, follow, and subscribe to yours truly, Macho Mike, all at my website, machomike.tv.
Come on, this could be very good for you.
Looks like the time limit has expired for this episode of Macho Movies. Thanks for watching, Underdogs. You've been great. I've been Macho Mike, reminding you to join us here next time as we continue with our Back to the 80s summer. Till then, Underdogs, keep it macho.